In this video, we're going to look at the basic setup for a model with supports using Karamba. So we're going to begin with drawing our geometry in Rhino, and then we're just going to take it through the basic steps to set it up to be ready for additional Karamba modeling. This is what it's going to look like, and we're going to go ahead and build all of this. So in this case, we're going to start just with a basic rectangle. And we're going to pretend like we have some beams that are going across this in some way. So I'm just going to have some lines. Great. So the first thing I need to do is import this geometry into Grasshopper. So I'm going to use a curve component. I have a curve. I'm going to say set multiple curves. I'm going to come into Rhino, grab those. That's set. And then, because I drew that as a box and I actually want to deal with each line, I'm going to explode that geometry using the explode component. I additionally am going to want these lines to be further broken in a way that they aren't right now. And I'm going to use a Karamba component called line intersection. It actually might show up under intersection. Let's see. Yeah, so this Karamba component line intersection, what it does is it's going to take, right now the way that Grasshopper sees this, it sees this as a whole line on either side, even though it is showing the node points where those other lines connect. It's not actually seeing this broken up. And so this component will break this up the way that we want. From here, we're going to go ahead and have a line to beam component so that Karamba knows what it is looking at. And I'm going to take the line output of this, which is the lower one, and plug it into the lines here. And then I'm going to take an assemble component. Whoops. Assemble the model. And then I can take the element output from the line to beam, plug it in. And then I'm going to have a model viewer so I can look at what we have going on. So I have the model view, and I'll plug that in. And right now, I should be able to go ahead and look at this component a little more closely. Under the structural tags, I should be able to turn these on and take a look at what we have. So right now I have my numbered nodes, and you'll notice some redundancies in the numbers. This was kind of covered in an earlier video. And my element tags are also, a lot of them are numbered 0, and I actually want those to go ahead and be distinct elements. So what I'm going to do is just flatten this information coming out of here, and flatten this information coming out of here. And now you'll notice that I have distinct numbers for all of my elements and for the nodes. If I turn the nodes off, this is easier to see. So each element, each one of the lines that Karamba's understanding as a beam has its own number, and my nodes each have a number. It's great, that's what I want. So the next step is going to be to set my supports. And so what I'm going to do is make a supports component. It's going to be this bottom one here. And what I need to do with this is identify which of these nodes I want to function as supports. In this case, I want it to be the corners. And we can do this two ways. I can manually set the points, or I can use the numbers internal to Grasshopper. For now, we're just going to go ahead and manually set the points. I think it's a little easier, so we're going to pull in a points component. And then we're going to say set multiple points. And we're just going to go over here and click in the corners. Hit enter. That's set. And now I'm going to plug this supports component into the model assembly. And right now nothing has happened, but if we click through here where we've got these T's and these R's, what this is doing is locking translation in the X, Y, and Z direction, and locking rotation in the X, Y, and Z directions. And in this case, we want to have translation locked in X, Y, and Z, and we need rotation locked for later on in the X or the Y component at least. So we'll go ahead and set that. And that is going to be it for now, just with getting the basic setup to set supports.